start with just to check the basics around the year-end adjustment, because I know some of you maybe didn't attend or you never heard about it, but it's okay, guys. Those who understand, don't worry. I'm just trying to make sure that I give you an overview, okay? Not on the specifically on the trial balance, but the one that I have, I'm gonna check for you on my YouTube if I've got something like that. But yeah, I'll check. But if I can have time, because I can quickly try and have a trial balance question. I'm not sure if you are talking about the trial balance whereby we have got incorrect trial balance and we have to use the adjustment measure. Are you talking about the trial balance whereby it is incorrect and you have to correct it? Yes, don't worry. I think if I cannot find something like that, I can quickly have a video about that. I'll check my schedule and I'll try by all means. But yeah, for now, I'll check it for you. Okay. So for now, guys, let me quickly start with this one because I don't want us to waste time. Yes, but don't worry. I want us to make sure that before we disperse today, at least we understand some basics. So, but just bear with me for now, guys. I'm going to write something for you here. Yeah, and remember, guys, you are allowed to ask a question if you want. I'm writing something. It will appear now. Year-end adjustments. Luckily for us, guys, yeah, we don't have to do the advanced. You see, when you, by the time when you do your BCom, you'll see when you do your BCom, no, you're doing your BCom, when you're doing your accounting 1B, you will realize that your year-end adjustments are going to be taken to the next level, okay? But for now, we talk about the final accounts. I can call them final accounts. I know your lecturers have explained this final account, but I can't just assume that you've got everything. So I'm going to explain just the basics, and thereafter we take it from there. So you know that when you talk about the financial statements, you will see next semester or next year when you do your accounting 1B, you're going to talk about something called the statement of comprehensive income, formerly known as what? As income statement. So I'm going to write something here. So you will see we have got sales. And now we've got sales, and then we've got cost of sales. Okay, and remember, sometimes we can return goods back to the customers can return goods back to us. We've got what you call sales returns, and some books, I'm not sure, I think some books call it debtors allowances. Okay, and then there's a question here: when calculating the net profit for the year, and do we subtract cost as an expense in order to calculate? No, it will be an expense, but not an operating expense. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then, or we only subtract, yeah, we only subtract it from trading account, but in a way, it's going to affect your, it is going to affect your profit and loss. So I'm just trying to put everything here, guys. And sometimes, guys, we can be given what you call settlement discount granted. Settlement discount granted. I'm just going to talk about the base, guys. So you will see the first thing that I want us to understand. I want us to understand this. Okay. So never mind my skewed my cycle here. So I want you to understand this first. Can you see now? So everything starts here. Like you mentioned, cherry there, cherry tops. So the first stage is here. So in other words, only these things will affect your trading account. But I want you to understand what is the process. So okay, in a nutshell, generally, this will affect your trading account directly and indirectly. Okay, so why do I say directly and indirectly? So you will see, firstly, we need to, the first step that we need to do, of which you must not forget, guys, you must always check your sales. Can you see now? You must always check what affects your sales. Let me check, change the color here. So the first thing that you must check, for example, you must check if you've got any sales returns. Okay. And so firstly, you need to make sure that you check your sales returns. So if you have them, you must first transfer these sales returns. That's the first thing. Some students sometimes confuse the two. They go and transfer the sales returns directly to the trading account. You transfer the sales returns to the sales, and is then that after this, okay, after transferring to the sales, is then that you transfer sales to the trading account. So guys, I don't want you to lose marks, okay? Is then that you can transfer the sales to. So you need to do that. So the sales returns and the settlement discounts. Let me just write it down for you here. Let me just say settlement. But sometimes they don't normally give you settlement discount granted. So if you have it, I just want you to know what to do. So if you see these guys, these two things are not transferred directly to the trading account. You must first transfer them to the sales and thereafter closed off sales to the trading account. Guys, before I can continue, do you understand what I'm talking about here? Let me see. Yes, I'll be satisfied. Because I can't go to the question if you're still unsure. Thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you so much, guys. Now, only after doing that, remember we need to compile the trading account. So it means, again, I need to check what we call the cost of sales. I'm going to put it as cost like that. Can you see now? So meaning cost of sales, again, must also be transferred to what? To the trading account. Can you see now? So these sales and the cost of sales can be directly transferred to the trading account. But be careful, the sales returns and the settlement discount granted cannot be transferred directly to the trading account. So I just want you to get this, guys, before I can continue. Okay. And remember, the main aim of trading account at the end of the day is to calculate the gross profit. I think you know by now, okay? So the reason why we have got the trading account is because the trading account is going to be used to calculate what you call the gross profit. Okay? So it is used, sorry, it's profit, it's not profit, sorry about that. So it's going to be used to calculate the gross profit. And remember, the gross profit, sorry, I'm just trying to find something. The gross profit will always affect your profit and loss. Okay, so you need to understand that. So only that when you close off the trading account, you go to the profit and loss. Can you see now? And again, the profit and loss, remember, is affected by the other incomes and profit. We'll see you're going to have incomes. And then we're going to have expenses here. Okay, sorry guys, don't feel bored. I know some of you know this. So these things are also transferred directly to what? To the profit and loss account. Can you see now? So I want you to understand this first before we can continue. Okay, so it is very much important, guys, to understand the layout so that you can be able to record. So please, guys, if you understand that, let me see yes now, because now I'm going to go to the question. I don't want to waste time about the theory. I'm just trying to summarize the theory before we can go and deal with the question there. So, okay, thank you so much, guys, for the feedback. And then I'm going to share the question with you, and then we take it from there. But remember, you are still at liberty to ask any questions if you have. Okay, so I'm going to take a question now. Just bear with me for now. The question will reflect now, and then I will take it from there. Okay, let's just wait for the system to give us the question here. Okay, let me do this. Just hold. Just a few seconds. think here is the question. Guys, I don't know. I try to put everything here. Let me see, guys. Let me zoom a bit. Can you all see the question, guys? Sorry, guys. I tried to put everything on one slide. Let me see if you can see the slide, guys. Thank you so much, guys. So, you know, normally that's why I say these are the easiest marks you can accumulate, guys. So, what they will do, they will normally give you something like this, and they say you need to open this account. Can you see now? So they will give you something like this and ask you for the accounts. Let me see somewhere there. Can you see now? And then even here, can you see now? They give you this. This is the trial balance. Can you see now? Normally we call this a pre-adjustment trial balance, but don't worry, that will be learned when you do your accounting 1B. Okay. So firstly, they will need you to deal with the trading account. So I want you to remember. Can you see the balances now, Jordan? Can you see the balances now, Jordan? Let me see. Okay, thank you so much for that, Jordan. Sorry about that. So I tried to put everything, guys, on the slides because remember our VC Learn, I don't want to put it as a presentation because at the end of the day, I won't even see your messages. That's why I'm trying to put it here as a file so that we can work on it. Okay. Remember, you must not forget the steps which I gave you from the previous discussion. So we must always start with the sales, but before we start with the sales, we must check if we have got any sales returns or not. Can you see now? So we must go and check. As you can see here, guys, I've got sales here. I've got sales here. As you can see, I've got sales and I've got the sales returns. Can you see now? So it means before I can transfer sales, I must make sure that I adjust the sales with the sales returns. But what you can ask yourself, obviously, sales in this case, because I didn't ask you to open the sales account. So it means you cannot transfer to the sales account. But you need to show me the impact now. So what you need to do, you need to check the impact of sales returns on sales. Sales are our income. So sales returns are our expenses. So it means sales returns have got the negative impact on what? On the sales. Okay. So what you need to do, you must just go and check here. Now, let me put some notes for you because remember, we're just doing this for exam. Okay. So this side of the trading account. So guys, I'm just I'm going to write it for you here. So I'm going to call this the expense side. This is the income side. But we know that we don't put operating expenses, okay? So it means you need to ask yourself, what are the sales to you? So if you can check sales are your incomes. So it means you will come to the credit side of what? Of the trading account and put sales. But make sure that sales are adjusted first, okay? So I'm going to show you now. So I'm not going to put the date, guys, for now. I'm just going to write. Let me just wait for, I'm just going to write for you here. Sales. Let's see. And then, guys, I'm not going to show some calculations here, okay? So, okay, let me just try to put some calculations. Maybe it will fit. I'm going to say 12575. No, it's not going to fit, guys. I'm going to put it somewhere there. So I put sales like this. I'll try to show you some calculations in this form. This calculation here. Sorry, guys. No, online is not easy. It's not the same easy as what as face to face. So I'm trying to put. But please, you must put this in brackets. Okay, you must make sure that. I'll come back to your questions, guys. 762,575 minus 12575. Okay, so let me go to the. Don't you have to include the balance brought down? No, we don't. If you say balance brought down, I don't understand, Jordan. Maybe you can rephrase your question. Masha said, will it always be like this? Yes, Masha, it will always be like this if they ask you for the general ledger accounts. Remember, they can ask you for the general. I can show you the GJ, the snip preview of the GJ thereafter. But they like it this way, but sometimes they want it in the form of a GJ. But if you understand the general, it means you will understand the general ledger. So this is the general ledger, as you can see here. Okay, so Jordan, maybe the balances here, these are the balances that you must use. So you must put the balances like this, guys. Please use the calculator and tell me how much did you find as your balance? How much is the balance? Because for me, I find 750,000. Remember the journal for this particular account will always be what? Will always be GJ. Okay. And then just write GJ. And then the amount that I found 750. Guys, I want you to ask me a question. Remember, guys, you must show these calculations because if you don't show, remember, if you don't show this calculation and your answer becomes wrong, you lose all the marks. Let's say this is 3 marks, you lose all the 3 marks. Always put it in brackets there. Yes, GJ is the same as general journal. Remember, these are the closing transfers. You are transferring to the account. So this is called closing transfer. Literally, you can ask a question. I can see your hand is up. So you must always use GJ in this kind of questions because we call them closing transfer, Masha, if you understand what I'm saying. So please, do you all understand the way I showed you sales? It will never change as long as they ask you for the general ledger. Okay, but remember, folio here, I must put the journal itself. So if they ask you for the journals, it means we're going to show this in the general journal. But I'm going to show you this quickly, the GJ quickly before I go to the next question. So please let me know, guys, if you've got any question. Is everyone okay? Let me see. Yes. Thank you. Okay, let me not waste time, guys. And remember, this side will always be the cost of sales side. I'm referring to the debit side. Okay, guys? And then again, we use GJ. Guys, don't forget, because sometimes we mark this folios, GJ. And the amount is, as you can see, that the cost of sales is how much? Is 516. 390. Okay, so can you see dealing with the cost of sales is very, very easy. Okay, dealing with the cost of sales is very, very, very easy, as you can see here. Literally, your hand is up, you can ask a question. There's a question here. When closing of general ledger, which side does the carry down amount go to? Okay, no, it depends. Remember, Cherry, if you are balancing, the carry down will always go to the smallest side. So if you have got let's say 900 on the debit side and 1,000 on the credit side. So where there is a smaller amount is where your carry down is going to be there. So I'm gonna try maybe thereafter to show you the carry downs here. But we can only do the carry down under the capital account. I'm gonna show you under the capital account sharing. Okay. So it depends. Jordan, yes, okay. It depends. No problem. So guys, so far, I hope that you are okay. Okay. Remember, I'm just trying to show you the basics here. Okay. Now, after doing this, guys, these are the only things that, remember, you must put the dates, guys. I'm not going to waste time and put dates. So when you put dates here, it's going to be this date. It must be the end of the period. Can you see 2019, June the 30th? So let me just give you an example here. So that just one example. So the date here will be 2019, you see, and then sorry guys, I'm just trying to fit everything here, and then it's going to be June, and then just say the 30th. Okay, June the 30th. So I'm just saying, if you want to put the date, it's going to be like that. Okay, June the 30th, but they're going to give you enough space. So thereafter, you need to make sure that you balance this account. Okay, so you must ask yourself, between the two sides, which side is the biggest? So the biggest side is the credit side. Remember, the credit is the right side. Okay. So in other words, you can come here and say, okay, the biggest side we said is what? Is the credit side. So we put like this. Can you see 750 is the biggest side? And we also copy it on the other side. Okay, that's how to balance the account. So I expect your lecturers have explained this to you guys, but it doesn't matter. But if you still want to ask a question, let me know. So I put 750 both sides because the biggest side is what? 750. But if you can check, these sides do not correspond. They don't balance. Can you see now? So what we need to do, Can you see if you say 516 here, it doesn't give you 750. So you must say 750 minus 516390. You can use your question from your side there. Let's see. Okay, I get 233610. Can you see now? I just said 750 minus 516. Okay, please ask me a question if you are. Thank you, Masha, for that. And then we call this gross profit, but gross profit goes to profit. As I'm just going to abbreviate here, guys, because of space, profit and loss. Okay, in brackets, you can just write GP. GP means gross profit. This doesn't mean, guys, this GP doesn't mean Gauteng province. Okay, this means a gross profit. So, but don't write gross profit only, because if you write gross profit only, you will lose marks. Can you see now? So this means that this amount is the one that is going to be transferred to the profit and loss account. Remember, from the trading account is then that we go and transfer to the profit and loss account. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that you understand what I said here? Please say something so that I can know that you understand. Okay, Cherry, remember, we don't do the carried downs and the brought downs under the trading account and the profit and loss account. These accounts are called closing transfers account. They are called final accounts. So never ever do the closing carried down and the brought down for the trading account and the profit and loss account. Are we together, Cherry? Don't do that, okay? Only under capital and drawings in this section. Please write them down for future reference, because by the time when you write, if you do the carry down, guys, you lose marks. Why am I saying that you are losing marks? Is because we mark these things. We mark, can you see? We mark profit and loss. We mark cost of sales. We mark sales. Where did I do that, Masha? The only thing that I did, I think I forgot to put GJ. I must put GJ here. Masha, where did I do that? I don't see any brought down. No, there's no carry down. Remember, I didn't write carry down. It's the profit and loss. You must not write balance carry down. Are we together, Masha? There's no balance. Okay, maybe by saying balance, you think, okay, these things are the balances, but I don't call them balances. Can you see? I don't call them balances. So even here, I cannot say balance carry down here. I just say profit and loss. Can you see now? If you say balance carry down, you are going to lose a mark for this and a mark for the folio. Are we together, Masha? No problem, guys. Please ask a question if you are okay, if you're not okay, so that I can continue. So that's how it's going to be, guys. So this is how they can ask you, guys. So I can just say, what if they, because sometimes they can ask you this in the form of general. Can you see? Because it can come in different ways. Okay. So what we can do, so I'm just going to quickly show you and say, what if this was the GJ? Okay. So bear with me. I'm just going to show you quickly here. Because of time, guys, I'm just gonna do it quickly for you. So a general, I think you know. Sorry, I'm just trying to draw a line. A general, guys, looks like this. So, guys, I'm just gonna try to squeeze everything here. It has got a debit and a credit. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to show you, squeeze everything here. Just bear with me. So this is a debit. This is a credit. Okay, so they can. So it's going to be something like this. This is. I'm just saying because they can ask you anything in the exam, guys. General. We normally call it GJ. Okay. Now, let's see. There's a question here before I continue. On the credit side, would you begin the new month with the profit and loss from the previous year? On the credit side, will you? No, remember, Jordan, we don't have, when we deal with the profit and loss, we don't bring forward the balance of the profit and loss from the previous year. The profit and loss is only for the current year. So next year we deal with the with what? With the new profit and loss. So the profit and loss will never ever have a balance from the previous year. So this balance will only be for this year. Next year, we're gonna have another thing, another balance, because this balance is here on top here will keep changing. Okay. Now, this is what I'm trying to show, guys. If let's say they asked you, because you'll never know, things can happen. What if they asked you not for the account? Remember, this is the general ledger account. This is called general ledger account. Which you can have more time for this, guys. You will understand better. But it's okay. That's the only time we have. So this is a general ledger. But what if they ask you for the general journal? Can you see now? The formats are different. But you still have to do the same thing. There's a question here from Leshen. Would you always debit the profit and loss after subtracting? No. It's not always the case. It depends, Leshen, on the biggest side. The fact that the biggest side was the credit, so that's why the profit and loss will be here. But it can happen that your cost of sales is more than your sales. So your profit and loss will come on the credit side. I hope that, Leshen, you understand. So if the cost of sales was bigger than the sales, it means your profit and loss, this one, will be on the credit side. Are you okay, Leshen? No problem. Now, so what if, let's say, for example, guys, they asked you for the general journal. You will have the same entries, but the layout is different. For example, firstly, remember we started recording what? We started recording what? Sales. Can you see now? So now, the first step that we were supposed to have was to record sales first. But remember, before we recorded sales, we had to make sure that we minus what? Sales returns. So our first step was to transfer the sales returns to what? To sales. Can you see now? So under the GJ, you will have more entries. So the first thing that you must show me that you transferred sales returns to the sales. Can you see now? So this was the first thing that you're supposed to do. Okay, you were supposed to go, for you to understand the GJ, you must check the sales returns here. Can you see? This is the sales returns. And here you have got sales returns on the debit side. This is the debit side, as you can see, the debit side on top here. So you've got the sales returns on the debit side. So if you transfer the sales returns, Jordan, I'll come back to that. So if you transfer to the sales returns, remember, it means you are taking sales returns to sales. It means the sales returns will decrease. What you need to do, you must just do the opposite of what you did here. Because you took sales returns from the debit, so when you go and record on the GJ, you must put it on the credit. So if you put sales returns on the credit, it means you must put the sales on the debit. So what I'm trying to do here, guys, because I don't have time, when you go to the GJ, you just have to do the opposite of what you did here. You ask yourself, okay, the sales returns is on the debit. It means when I go and transfer to the GJ, the sales returns will be on the credit. So meaning my sales will be on the debit side. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to have sales. Remember, guys, I'm just doing the rough work here. I'm going to have sales here. I'm still writing. And I'm going to put my sales return. How much is my sales returns? It's 12575. Can you see now? And now the second account is going to be sales returns. I'm just going to say sales because of time of space. Sales returns 12575. See, that's how I will record it. Can you see now? If you can check the sales returns here, it has been debited. So here I'm going to credit. And remember, the reason why I put sales here, it shows me that I transferred sales returns to the sales. Okay. Jordan, I hope that you are answered, but please let me not confuse you with the GJ. I'm just trying to show you the differences here. I just want to finish what the general ledger account. There's a question from Brennan here. Are you gonna do profit? Yes, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it now. Can I go to the profit and loss account, guys? Can I see yes, 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 yes? Can I see 64 yeses or 63 yeses? Otherwise, I don't continue. If I don't see 63 yeses, I don't continue. I don't, I'm telling you. And if you don't say yes, I'm gonna call you a name. If you don't say yes, just say no. I like this. I like this. I like this. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I made the record today. Too many yeses. Okay, before I continue, Humari, sorry, I hope you. I hope that I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Humaria. Okay, Humaria. Okay. Humaria want me to show. Okay, let me show you the cost of sales. So if I had to show the cost of sales, I'll do the same thing. Humaria, I'm gonna go and check. Remember, the cost of sales has been transferred to the trading account. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at the cost of sales. I check. Okay, where did I put my cost of sales? I put my cost of sales here on the debit. So as you can see here, the cost of sales is on the debit here, meaning when I go there, I'm gonna do the opposite. Can you see now? Meaning my cost of sales will be on the credit because here it is on the debit. So remember, I'm transferring it to the trading account. So I'll start with the trading account. I'll say trading account. In the trading account, I'm gonna say 516,390. Can you see? And then now I'm gonna say cost of sales on the credit side, 516,390. Are you okay, Humara? Are you okay? I wish I can have more time to show you the GJ guys. So the GJ guys is just doing the opposite of what you see here, okay? But yeah, but don't worry, let me go to the profit and loss. It's true, that's true, Masha. That's true. Please, guys, I want you to know this. Remember, guys, I'm going to please write this thing down or take a screenshot, guys. Take a screenshot of this because I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this balance. I'm gonna need this balance, please. Write it down or take a screenshot. Okay. Leshan, you can ask a question. I can see your hand is up.
So what's the reasoning?
Yes, thank you so much. So remember that this amount of the profit and loss here, this is the debit side. It is on the debit side. Let's not forget. So this is very much important. So this is on the debit side, and this is the amount that I'm talking about. Okay. So you're gonna give me that amount. So now I'm gonna go to the profit and loss. Now let's go to the profit and loss. Now, before we can go any further, remember I said I want, thank you so much, Jordan, for that. Leshan, you are, okay, I don't know, maybe Leshan is trying to ask a question via audio, guys. I can't hear anything on the audio. If you are trying via the audio, I can't hear anything, okay? Let me see if I can try to adjust my settings here, guys. Please try again, Yeah, try again, maybe I can hear. Please try the audio again. Okay, sorry guys, I'm not sure if my audio works. If you can ask someone, please talk to me via audio. Just say hi, Sylvester. I'll be happy via the audio to show that I can hear you. I can't hear anything. Okay, there's a question here. Why was the sales amount? No, I was not dealing with the sales amount lesson. I was dealing with the sales returns. I was supposed to show you the sales amount thereafter. Because of time, that's why I didn't show you. I was just showing you that I'm transferring 12575 to the sales. Do you understand relation for me? The next step was supposed to be I must transfer sales to the trading account. Are we together, relation? Okay, sorry, relation. I wish if I can have time, I'll go back and show you those other things. Okay, but let me focus on this one for now. So firstly, guys, like I said, we need to transfer that profit and loss that we set from the trading account, because the profit and loss is shown on the debit side. It will come here on the credit side of the profit. I think someone gave me the answer here. Who gave me the answer? Let's see up there. Okay, no problem. So I'm gonna come here and say, sorry guys, I'm still writing, it will appear. I'm gonna say I took it from the trading account. Remember that gross profit? So guys, I'm still writing. Trading account, and we remember we said we use GJ, and the amount, thank you so much for that, Jordan, you gave me the amount, 233610. Guys, talk to me if you don't understand this, because this must be correct for you to get marks. I hope everyone understands why do I have this entry on the credit side, because this amount of 233 is appearing on the debit side of the trading account. But when I come to the profit and loss, we come to the credit side. This is called the double entry system. I hope everyone understands. Okay. Thank you so much, Megan, for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Cherry. So always remember, guys, even if you were wrong, let's say, for example, because some of us like millions, let's say it's 233 million, you made a mistake. But as long as from the previous account, you wrote the same amount, I'll give you a mark for this. Can you see that is method marking? So if you transfer the wrong amount correctly, you will get a mark for them. Okay, always make sure that you check that. So thereafter is then that we can focus on the profit and loss. So always do this entry first, because sometimes we forget to transfer this entry. Now is the easiest part. I normally start with you can start with anything. Let's start with our incomes. So guys, if you're not sure what are your incomes, just go to the section called nominal account section. Unless if the question in the exam they don't give you the sections. And sometimes they mix these accounts together, but sometimes they give you the sections. Remember, the nominal account section is where you find only your incomes and expenses. So what you must do, if you don't know what are your incomes, just go to the nominal account section. Everything on the credit will be your incomes. I repeat, everything on the credit will be your incomes. Okay, but firstly, just remember that you cannot use this. You cannot use this anymore, because already you have used this one. You can't use, I just tick this one. I can't use sales because sales has been used already. Can you see now? So I have to check the other income. So far, I see only one income here. Can you see now? I only see one income. As you can see, I only see rent income of 48,000. So to make things better, remember, still applies here. The credit side is always the income side, and the debit side is the expense side. So it will never change. Okay, so now I know already. I'll come to this side and I'll write rent income. Okay, and then remember, don't forget the folios, guys, because sometimes we mark them. So make sure that you put the folios, and the rent income is 48,000. Just like that. Easy, like VC, as you can see. Do you understand what I just did, ladies and gentlemen? Can I see yes, yes, yes? I'm not trying to finish your ink. I'm just asking for yes so that I can know that you understand. Perfect, perfect. That's why I said here's where you can get your marks. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can you see now? So what I like about the profit and loss is copy and paste, man. But sometimes it's easy to copy, but to paste can be a challenge. So be careful. So always make sure that, so if I had more than one income, I was supposed to paste them one by one here, copy and paste on the credit side. Masha, it depends, because it's an exam. They can give you incomes, they can give you maybe 3 or 2. It depends, Masha, on the question. It depends on the examiner. So I wish I know the questions for the exam, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter how many do they give you, Masha. As long as you know that those are the incomes, you will see them on the credit side. You just have to copy and paste. After doing that, we do the same thing for all expenses. Copy and paste. Be careful. We must check the ones that we have used. Already we used what? We used sales returns. I'm not going to do the sales returns. We used, can you see now? So whatever you have used, guys, I prefer if you can make sure that, yes, we only focus on the nominal account sections because it's where you can find the operating expenses and operating incomes. Okay, so make sure that you don't make that mistake. So as you can see, my first expense is the interest on loan. I'm going to start with the interest on loan. I'm going to write interest on loan. Don't worry, the same way I showed you, just copy and paste. Don't worry, this is not against the law. We are doing the right thing here. Can you see? We just copy like that. Listen up. Don't worry about the haters. Those who hate you, don't worry. Just do the right thing. And I'm going to copy and paste. You will see. Like I said, this is very easy, like VC. There's a question here. Tristan said we already did it in the general journal, then we copy and paste. Yes, it doesn't matter. Even if they ask you for GJ, you just have to copy and paste. Can you see now? This is a different question. It's a profit and loss account. Okay, so you just have to copy and paste like this. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna copy and paste, guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna finish copying now. I copy and paste. It looks like it's plagiarism. No, I copy what I've compiled. Don't worry, it's my own things. I'm gonna have telephone here. Sorry, guys, please, you must stop me if you don't understand. Say, Sylvester, stop it. I'm gonna stop immediately. I promise you. 3950. For now, just be my auditors. If you can audit my work, I'll be bad. I will be perfect. Posted, guys. I'm just gonna write posted, guys, because of space, and as long as you know where I got the figure from. How much is the postage? It's gonna be 4,500. That's why I say, guys, these are the easy marks. Just start with this section and get your marks and focus on the challenging ones, because you will never finish. Yeah, it matters. It matters. The expenses must only be on the debit side. Advertising, yes. Advertising. Those who understand don't feel bored. I know sometimes this is boring. It's like, Sylvester, how can you do this? Sorry, guys. I'm catering for everyone. So please bear with me. Jaden, what do you mean by saying budget list? Over budget list, what do you mean? And are you doing budgets under this module? I don't think that you're doing budgets. Just elaborate on that, Jaden. Maybe I don't understand. Okay, yes, I will quickly go through that after this. Let's see how far can we go. I'll try to do that. Okay, Cherry, I'll do that. Okay, no, okay, I understand. Okay, we don't do budgets. So maybe Jaden, he said budgets. I don't know. Maybe he meant he wants me to go through the GJ if I've got time. I can do GJ if I can have time. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Please, are you okay so far? Can I see yes, 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 yes? You've got too much ink. I want to see yes, yes. Before I continue, otherwise, no. I don't continue. I don't continue. I'm blackmailing you. Okay, thank you so much. I like it when I see yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Thank you, guys. You are on fire. You are on fire. Our haters are seeing flames. Let's show them. Let's show them. Now, the next thing. Now, let's continue, guys. Guys, remember, we cannot be able to do everything. Now, let's see how far can we go, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Now, the next step, guys, is to balance the same way we balanced what? The same way we balanced the trading account, we must balance the profit and loss. By the look of things, guys, what do you think is the biggest account? Which one do you think is the biggest here? Incomes, I can say income. Some people are saying Cherry say expenses, credit. So please, in the exam, don't just look at them, no? Just add them together, because sometimes they look like the other one is bigger. So I agree with those who are saying credit and income. So if you can add the credit side and the debit side, the biggest side is what? Is the income side. Can you see now? So this is what I'm gonna do. So for me, I added already. I've got a total of 281,610. Can you see now? So this is the biggest side. Please check if I'm, but yeah, it doesn't matter if they're incorrect for now. And then because this is the biggest side, I must also copy it this side. 281,610. Yes, Cherry, you are correct, because our incomes are more than the expenses. So what is the difference between the sides? So the difference, like Cherry said, the difference will be our profit. So please, the difference between the sides, guys, let's see. Already I've got the difference, guys, here. But you can do it. You just have to say 281,610 minus everything here, minus 27, minus 111, minus 3950, minus 4.4, 4.5, minus 6655. Okay, so when you minus what I found here, I found the difference of, correct me if I'm wrong, I found 127,605. Please double check my auditors. Yes, Brennan, well, you are correct. The difference is net profit. Perfect. Thank you, Tepiso, for that. So the difference is called net profit, but net profit goes to capital. So don't just write net profit, just write capital. And then in brackets, you can write net profit. And don't forget to say GJ. It's not easy like that. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that we are on fire so far? Let me see. Yes. It means you understand me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember, it's all about understanding. Guys, if you see a question like this in the exam, don't worry. Do the same thing. Don't change yourself. And focus on the nominal account section. Don't put, can you see I ignore? Don't put these things here. Don't put these ones, don't affect you at all. These are not like incomes and expenses. Okay, no problem, Tristan. What we did, we said 281,610. And then we minus everything here. We minus 271139. So you just have to take the total of 281 and you minus everything that you see here on the debit side. Tristan and Jessica, are you okay, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you. No problem, guys. Jaren said, how come we put capital in expenses? So we're not putting capital in expenses. We are just showing you that the net profit affects capital. Sorry, Jaren that just disappeared because of network. So what I'm trying to say is that we are not putting capital under expenses. We are saying the profit we made must be transferred to capital. But I'll wait for Jaren to come. Let's wait for a few seconds for Jaren to come so that I can explain. You are on fire because, okay, Jaren, okay, Cherry, you are on fire. Why do we say that? Because obviously your amount here is on the debit side. So when you go and transfer to the capital, you must go to the opposite side. Jaren, you are back now. Jaren, I was saying, this doesn't mean that we are putting capital as expenses. Can you see now? We are just trying to say net profit that we make is always transferred to capital. And this already I know what to do. This means that the next account that I'm going to open is capital. Can you see, Jaren? So it means I'm going to transfer to the capital account. Does that make sense, Jaren? No problem, if you understand. Okay, no problem. I think Jaren understands. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have been very good. Jaren, I'm saying we balance this. This doesn't mean your question was, let me go back to your question. We put capital in expenses. No, it's not like we put. Can you see this amount, Jaren? I think it's got an issue again. Let's see. Okay. The reason why we say capital here, remember this amount of 127 is the profit, is net profit. Can you see I said NP? NP means what? Net profit. Net profit affects capital. By us writing capital here, it means the net profit is going to be transferred to the capital account. Do you understand now? That's the only reason why we wrote capital. It means from now on, we are going to transfer the profit we made to the capital account. You will see the next account that I'm going to open is called capital account. It doesn't mean that capital account is expense. No, it means even in future, you can find this capital on the credit side here. If the expenses were more than the incomes, this is like balancing the account. Any questions, guys? Yes, we balance every account. And then where do we find the net profit on the balance? And there's no net profit there. You can't find the net profit on the trial balance. The net profit is what you must calculate. And how do we find it? The net profit is the difference between my incomes and my expenses. So if I take my incomes and my expenses, I get a net profit. So a net profit cannot be found on the trial balance. Now, how did we get the net profit? I took the total of my incomes, which is 281610, and I minus the total of my expenses. So I took my 281610 and I minus all the expenses which I had here, and I got this net profit. Are you okay now? No problem. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, guys, you need to ask questions if it doesn't make sense. Now, I've got a very difficult question for you. Can I give you 5 minutes break, guys, to go and drink some water? Let me see on the chat. No problem. Please go and have a cup of tea. Do you think 5 minutes or 10 minutes? What do you think? Is 5 minutes enough? Okay, Sean said 10 minutes. Let's take our 10 minutes, guys, and we take it from there. 10 minutes, we're back. By 10 past 10, let's come back. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you.